favourite topics, if you like. Fear. What if it isn't real? What if these thoughts that you're having about something are not real? What if the feelings that you have are not real about something? What if the images that you've seen in your mind are not real? Well, to you, they obviously will be real. But how real are they is a different matter altogether. Because more often than not, we are blowing up these pictures that we have inside of our mind. We see something, maybe a spider, for example, and for most, the spider is just an innocent little creature crawling around. And for some, they have a deep-seated fear or a phobia of it. And for people who are scared of spiders, for example, they have this fear of it. They see the spider and it will blow up a big, huge picture inside the mind, and it overwhelms them. You'll see people jerk back when they see it. And this happens in lots of different scenarios with different fears that people have. You know, is that spider really a danger to you? Is that spider really going to cause you harm? And 99% of the time, any spider that you see, certainly in the UK, is not going to do you any harm. It's an irrational fear. The brain has lost control of the narrative, of the story, of your perceptions. And it's created this illusion, this holographic illusion, which has manifested itself as a fear. And the more you think about it, or the more that you see it, or the more you see a spider, for example, the bigger this gets, and it becomes like a habit loop. And you've got to break the habit. You've got to get inside your mind, you've got to rip it out. You've got to change that story. You've got to take the picture, you've got to shrink it down. You've got to assess your voice, your tone of voice, and you can change and you can tweak that. You can make the picture smaller in your mind, and you can reverse all of these things so that these fears that people have, whether it's talking, whether it's stepping out on a football pitch, whether it's going to work, whether it's heights, whatever your fears are, there are plenty of other people in the exact same situation that do not have that fear. So why is it that one can have it and one doesn't? And it's because the two different people are telling themselves two completely different things. Their minds are running off a different program. Their mind matrix has been conditioned and created in a different way than yours. If you're feeling fearful about something and somebody isn't, they have got better control over their mind, over their own mind matrix in this scenario. And you can get control of it just as well as they are. So the first step is to question it, because by questioning it, we break the bonds. We can start breaking down the beliefs. We can start breaking down the thing which is holding us back or holding you back. Yeah, we've got to break it down. The first step is to question it. What if this fear isn't real? What if I'm just over-exaggerating it? What if I'm just blowing it up inside my mind? What if I've learnt this fear from a very young age and I've just carried it through with me throughout life? And the vast majority of times, these fears have manifested from something that happened a long, long time ago. And I can tell you from experience that more often than not, the spider fear, for example, or the spider phobia, if you like, quite often is a learnt behaviour. Mum or dad, reacted badly to a spider being in the house once, and you was just a little boy or a little girl and you saw it. And at that time, you probably didn't even have any fear of it. But when you see, as a little girl or boy, big mum and dad, your brave mum and dad get scared of this small, innocent little furry thing, you presume that it's a danger. And if you learnt that when you was a child, you will take that with you, because that's what the mind does. And especially when you're a child, or when we are children, we're looking to our adults for answers. We're looking to the adults in our world for the rules of survival. And that's where a lot of these fears stem from. They're stemming from something that happened a long time ago, and because it happened that long ago, it got buried that deep down in your subconscious mind, that deep down in your mind matrix, that you don't know where it came from, but it feels so real that it must be. And I understand this. I understand that it feels real. To you, it is real. But as I said, there's another person stood next to you who that fear is not real. And why is that? Their perception is different, their story is different, their narrative is different. And you can change your story using these mind matrix techniques, using the technologies that we've built at the Science of Excellence. You can change the story. You can get a grip of fear and you can crush it. You can crush it and you can throw it away. And you can replace it with something more empowering. So I encourage you to question things more. Use our website. Look on our social media for tips and tricks. Read books, about the mind. There's great people out there that can give you strategies and techniques as well as I. So get out there and find them. Don't just accept it. Don't just think because it's always been this way, it's going to stay that way. Because it really doesn't have to be like that. This is what the Mind Matrix movement is all about. Breaking down the myths, breaking down the barriers inside our mind and giving you the power. So there's opportunities out here with us in these Mind Matrix programs. If you want to start breaking down those boundaries, if you want to start crushing fear, if you want to start getting control, just take action, do something about it. In whatever small way it might be, start weakening the legs of those beliefs, start knocking them down, start smashing them down. And if you do, whether it's working with me or somebody else, I'd love to hear from it. I love to hear and see people making progress. And fear is one of the most debilitating things on this planet. So do something about it today.